Well, everyone, this is Keith Jowers with Dads for Life and the host of the Dad Connection video shows and podcasts. And today we have a special guest that we are going to just debut her because we're debuting something that she's doing in the way of music. We're debuting her album called Debut. So anyway, I am so glad that I have my friend Ellie Hope with me today. And we're going to let's give you a little bit of background on Ellie. When she is just special young lady that I met recently, and we'll tell you how we did that in just a moment. But I'd like to welcome my friend Ellie Hope to the Dad Connection. Ellie, welcome to the Dad Connection.
Hey Keith, thank you so much for having me.
How are you? Oh,
I'm good.
It's so good to see you again.
Yeah. For sure.
I want to tell our audience how you and I met, and then we're going to build up to where we're at today with why we're doing this show. So why don't you tell them how you met me?
Okay. So we just met a couple weeks ago. I mean, that was only like 3 weeks, right? I think. But we were on set for a movie that's set to come out pretty soon. I don't think we can really say many details about it, but we were just extras, helping backstage or on set and just doing little roles. And we met and we just got talking, and we got talking about music because I've been working on a really cool project, which you're going to be hearing all about. And from there, we just got talking about all sorts of stuff. So, yeah.
Well, friends, I mean, there was something about Ellie when she smiled that I said, oh, that young lady, she's got a lot going for her. And I'm sure that she's had some parent support somewhere, or somebody supported her in what she's doing. But she's not just in the movie industry and acting and theater and film, but she's got this great music ability that I learned about because I am a musician, and we just happened to be talking on set, and then her mom is she's just awesome all to herself. And then, so we started talking, and we were just talking about life and what God's done in her life and as a young musician and young actress. And so anyway, one thing led to another. And well, I just said, you know what, if you have this new album coming out soon, that you're debuting, we need to debut you on the Dad Connection podcasts and videos. So we're excited about just talking about your music today. And so first of all, tell us a little bit about Ellie Hope. And well, a little bit of background. I mean, you're not so old that you've had this lot of experience, but you're young and have a lot of experience because you've really been involved in a lot of different arts throughout your life. So tell us a little bit about you before we get into your music.
Okay. Well, I've always been really creative, and I didn't always know I loved music, but I've always loved to perform and talk in front of people and entertain and come up with jingles. And, my parents noticed that young, and they're like, oh, we have to get her in a choir. We have to get her involved with little shows here and there. And so, I just love being part of different things, and that's just always been a theme of my life. So, mostly creativity. That's a lot about me right there.
Oh, well, there's a lot more to you. I know that you'll soon be going off to college, and you'll be just meeting a lot of new people and carrying your music with you a little bit. So we are here actually to talk about your music a little bit. So tell us a little bit, what is Debut all about?
Well, I mean, the name is kind of self-explanatory, but Debut is it's my first real music project. And so I've been homeschooled. I just graduated from homeschool, and my mom was like, wow, you need to work on your songwriting if it's something you love, and your music, if it's something you want to do, as a career. So we put this plan together, and I got like 5 songs I've been working on just in my room, just editing them and just writing them from my heart. And we fixed them up, and I pulled together some guys and made a little band, and we went and recorded them. So the first song on the Debut album is called Debut, and it really just talks about like, I'm ready to show, I guess, the world like what I love and how much music means to me. So that's really what the album is about. So,
well, I understand that has a little bit of, just kind of upbeat music to it, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah. Debut is definitely faster, and there's some songs on here that give space for a listener to think about what they're talking about and stuff. But for the most part, it's very uplifting. That was my goal.
Well, we're going to be just giving a little bit of sample here in just a little bit in our show. So tell us about a couple other songs that's on the debut album.
Yeah. Okay. One of them is called Too Soon, and that was my first co-write. So earlier this year in October, I met two ladies at a songwriting conference in Nashville, and we all just clicked. And one lady talked about this girl she knew that was struggling with suicidal thoughts and just depression. And she's like, can we just write a song for her? So Too Soon, the story behind it is trying to encourage this girl and hopefully encourage other people that aren't necessarily struggling with the same thing, but it talks about like hard things we go through, and the struggle is real. But also the chorus says like, don't give up too soon, the future is bright, you're gonna live to see the morning light, take a breath and breathe in life, and just don't give up too soon, because God is with us and he helps us through the hard times. So that's one of my favorite songs on the album.
It really means a lot to me just hearing about it. I haven't heard that full song yet. It's simply because life is short, and we're not guaranteed tomorrow. And we've all heard about stories of family members and friends who've their life is cut short. And I think that sometimes we give up too soon. And I think that we need to really, really see what God has within a story of something that we're struggling with. Because I think everybody struggles, don't you, Ellie?
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of things. You don't miss having struggles. It's just part of life,
And no matter what age you get, whether you're young like yourself or, well, you got a few years on you like your host here, but what it is,
oh,
I mean, there's parts of life that we struggle with different things, or part of our family is struggling and we're bothered by what they're struggling with. But I know there's another song on your debut album that I think is going to go really far, and it's called In Heaven. Would you tell me about that song?
Yes. So In Heaven is actually the song I've spent the most time on. I started writing it in 2018, and it's just really worshiping God and thanking him for all he's given us, because I love nature and I feel close to him when I'm walking and looking at flowers and butterflies and different things like that. And this song is really just saying like, thank you, God, for the creation that you've given us and these beautiful things we see. And then it kind of flips the coin and says like, this is just a taste of the wonder of heaven and how amazing that's going to be. And we can't even imagine it. But he's still a good God that gives us beauty now, and he loves us now. So just our experience in life and what we see in the world, it's definitely not a perfect world, but there are beautiful things in it that just reflect how good he is to us. So,
that rings true so much. Last summer, when I was pretty ill last summer for quite a few weeks, and I looked out in my backyard and I said, I need some flowers. I need some plants. I need some trees, and I really like butterflies, and they have just do. They don't have a long life, but the short life they have a lot of beauty in them. So I look out back and I said, I want to plant me some butterfly plants, and when I get better, I'll do that. And sure enough, I decided I'd go buy a few plants. Well, before I knew it, Ellie, I'd already bought 50 plants, and I had this huge garden, and it took a while for it to start growing and everything, but now it's really grown. So the other day, my wife and I are looking out there, and she's saying, "Look out the garden! I had butterflies everywhere." And that's exactly what I had wanted to do. So I really thought that was really cool how this God sent all these butterflies to something that we had created. But and I didn't have nobody else do it. I went out there and I put my sweat and labor into it. And just like I think we sometimes put our own personal sweat and labor into something that we are enjoying doing, like music, and then one day somebody's debuting your debut album, and then you kind of look back and say, well, thank you, Lord. Thank you for what you've done to create this, you gave me this gift to create beautiful music for other people.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's nothing like music that can calm a soul, or, you know, soothe some anxiety in someone's life. You know, being
For sure.
a drummer for 55 years, I've played a lot of different genre of music over the years. And I know that music has a special place. But why does music have a special place in Ellie's heart? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, I've just learned how music just changes people, and it changes me. And just, you know, when I'm driving around, I turn on the radio and I just hear a word with a beautiful little tune behind it that just inspires me. And I've learned over the years how, you know, lives can be changed through, you know, movies and different types of like platforms like that, through platforms like that. But music is just something that lights me up. And I've learned that it lights up other people too. And I'm just like, if God can work through me and inspire people to change the way they're living, or want to grow closer to others, or I don't know, just grow. That is like the biggest, like that would be such a wonderful purpose in life. And that would fulfill me and hopefully be changing others at the same time. So
I couldn't have said that any better than that. That's for sure. That's I really believe that. So tell me now, we are called the Dad Connection on this show. And I know you've had some support from your family. So tell me how that all support started, and when you really knew that, hey, mom and dad are on board with this, and especially dad's involvement. I think that's kind of interesting how he started helping you a little bit earlier in life. So tell us a little bit of story about how your parents' involvement was so important to you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if they did not let me take risks and just let me just see what I could do in the area of performance and music, I would not know what I want to do with my life. And I wouldn't be so confident and excited about my future and what I'm going to learn at college. And, you know, my dad, when I was little, he would get out his guitar, and he does play guitar, but he couldn't sing if he wanted to, but he knows it. He's nice about it. But he would just play these simple like strumming patterns and just let me go. And for some reason, I tend to like improv songs about the beach. And I just love singing about the sunshine and the ocean and shells and all this. But I was like 6 or 7, maybe 8, just singing these songs about whatever came to my mind. And he would just let me go for a long time. He'd just keep playing it and just smiling the whole time. And I think stuff like that just encouraged me, like, don't hide your voice, like, don't hide your gifts, just keep growing in that. And, you know, through the years, we've taken risks. And I'll just say, like, parents need to let their kids just try things, you know, give them a chance. And for us, like, money's not been something we have a crazy amount of, but there were just opportunities where I could just try something just in the same vein of performing and music and singing. And he was like, you know what, we need to give her the money to just try this. And wow, it's just amazing how we've done all these different things. And I could have never made up these things that have happened, like the coolest things. And God just keeps saying yes, going in the direction of music and performing. He just keeps saying yes. And it's just been a wonderful experience, just having my mom and dad just support me through it and just encourage me through it. It's been awesome.
That is awesome. I mean, that's exactly what we try to teach, you know, with Dads for Life. We've, for 17 years now, our nonprofit has worked to encourage, enhance, and enrich dads in what we consider the greatest asset on earth, and that's their children. So you are one of your dad's greatest assets right there. And he's invested in you. And it's like in business investing, but he literally took his investment of music and invested that with you, and it really caught on. And now you're taken to another level and teaching the next generation. And I just that's awesome. And I look forward to hearing more about Ellie and her beautiful music. So tell me, Ellie, where are we going to go from here? Are you looking to do more music down the road, or I mean, I know that you can't just do one and go away, right?
It's true. So actually this coming Thursday, I'm leaving for Liberty University. And a lot of prayer went into this decision, but I'm going to get a songwriting degree, and I'm going to be learning voice technique and how to perform. And I'm just going for it because I really believe this is what I meant to do. And we will see. I have no idea where this will lead. But I believe God wants me to pursue this. And Liberty is an amazing college. And I've met professors and students, and everyone just seems to love like what they do there. And this one professor in particular, he just has such a big heart for his students, and he believes in them. And I just am so excited to be in that atmosphere and just soaking up everything they're teaching me. And we'll just see where it goes. I am trusting God for that one, but I mean, I'm so excited about it. So,
well, you take a faith of a mustard seed, right? And look what it can do. So you were
right.
taking it step by step, and that's what we're doing in the film industry. We were talking about that a little bit when we met. I mean, I've had my career, I've got our ministry here, but I just felt led to take a step, and it looks like one step is leading to another step, and that's all he's doing with you. I mean, he's taking this beautiful music that you've written, that he gave you that creativity inside you, and you're taking it to another level and seeing what he will do with it. And he's blessing it, and he's watering it as you go along. You're going to get better and better with it. And I really feel like God's going to use you a lot, Ellie, and what he has down the road for you. So I'm excited for you. So just when you go off to college, and you start making it big, don't forget the little guy here.
Oh. You're sweet. You're very sweet.
Well, friends, we've been talking to Ellie Hope. She is a young actress and has a beautiful soul that I met with recently when I met her and her mom on a movie set. It was really awesome to be just the short time that we had together. And we're talking about her music, Debut. Tell us how we can get a copy of Debut when it debuts.
Yes, so the official release date for the debut album is September 1st. And so it's going to be coming out 12 a.m. So that whole day you can reach it, you can get to it. It's going to be on about every platform you can think of. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube Music. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I'm so excited to have it come out to you guys. Please look it up, put your phone alarm on so you remember, it's September 1st today. But yeah, it's all coming out then. And then also pre-ordering for the music will start the 20th of this month. So that's just a couple days away. So yeah, it's coming soon. I'm so excited for you all to hear this music and these songs I've just poured, hours into, and it's been such a growing experience to make this EP, but yeah, it's on its way.
Well, we're excited for you, Ellie. It's going to be awesome. And I will definitely be on your side to promote this a little bit for you, and looking forward to that. So as promised, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play you a little bit of a couple of clips from that now. So here we are playing Debut, just a taste, because we want you to buy Ellie's debut album.
I see my future on the horizon. Cityscapes just barely in view. Driving my car red, my hair is flying. Counting out my catchy new tune. I see my future on the horizon.
Okay, so there's a little bit of taste of Debut, my friends. So Ellie's excited. She's smiling here while you're listening to that. We're excited to just play you a little bit about that. So Debut was the first song that you actually wrote for this album, or that's just the one you chose to title it?
Well, In Heaven was the one I've been working on, the longest amount of time, but Debut, this is a funny story, actually. I started writing that on the violin because I play some violin, and I just came up with the little lick that's in the song, and it's repeated a couple times. And wow, that little piece changed a lot. And now there's the electric guitars, there's the drums. It's really changed. But I think Debut just is a fun way to begin the album. And it's just like, here I am, I'm taking the risk, here I go. Like, it's my debut, I'm just saying it and believing it. And you know, when you say things out loud, it's much more likely to happen. So that whole song was kind of just like a proclamation, like, here I go, we'll see what happens, you know.
Well, you know, I've seen a lot of people on some sort of shows like America's Got Talent, for instance, and they'll debut their original song on there. And they don't always like original songs, but sometimes original songs really get taken off, you know, or really take off and gets their attention. So I believe that I think this album is going to have a real big impact on folks. And now I'd like for them to hear a little bit of the one song that I think is really interesting, has a great title, and that's called In Heaven. So let's just listen to just a little bit of that to whet their appetite a little bit.
Beautiful things come from beautiful places. I like my world, but it is tainted. I want to see the wonderful. Sometimes I'll see you cross over. Thank you, God, for letting me see.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that is In Heaven, just a taste of it there. We're not going to let you hear the whole thing because we want you to buy the debut album here starting August 20th, I think she said, is the pre-ordering time. So, and then we can it actually goes on full sale September 1st. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
So, well, we've debuted Ellie Hope on the Dad Connection. We've done the album debut, and we are just appreciate everything that you're doing to help change the world by a little bit of music that's inside of you, Ellie. So any final words that you'd like to talk to us, maybe about just, encouraging our own children, because that's what we do here at Dads for Life. We try to get parents to make sure they're encouraging their children on a daily basis, because it's important, isn't it?
Oh, it's so important. Yeah, I'll just say, like, my parents aren't perfect, but they have always been actively pursuing Christ and to be more like him. And when you do that, everything falls into place. And life isn't perfect, but they've just taught me to trust him no matter what. And I mean, just knowing that going into college and adult life, like, that is so encouraging. And it honestly takes pressure off. But them just, you know, building me up in a biblical foundation has been the stepping stones for me to be confident about what I want to do and just trusting God. Because, you know, they say you're going to be a poor musician, you're not going to make it. But I've learned, like, you don't listen to those voices. You listen to the one who created you with a specific purpose. And just from what my parents have taught me in all these years of taking risks, and no, they're not perfect. And we've all had to work through things and say, I'm sorry, and, you know, start again. But wow, I mean, I'm just so excited to see what this is all going to lead to. So
that's so exciting. I couldn't have said that any better, for sure. So tell us, how can we get in touch with, do you have a website or a contact information if people wanted to, you know, reach out to you?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram. You can find me at Ellie Hope Music, and also Facebook. You can find me Ellie Hope Music or just Ellie Hope. And I'm working on a website. It's not quite up yet, but I hope that's up soon. But I do most of my promotions and communicating with people on Instagram. So yeah.
There you go. So now, and I'll have those links in the bottom of our show notes here too. So, well, Ellie Hope, thank you for being part of the Dad Connection. We just appreciate, you know, just inspiring stories. And I think you definitely have one there, and how you're going to reach and teach and help others just through your music. And so I'm excited, and maybe we're going to see each other again on another movie set soon. I know pretty soon we're going to see each other on the big screen together there. So I'm excited seeing how that's all going to come out later on this year. So all right. Well, we thank you so much, Ellie, for being on the Dad Connection.
Thank you so much for having me, Keith. And I believe we will be on a project together again.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, man. And you tell your parents, I think they did a great job, actually. So, but okay. Friends, this is we've been talking to Ellie Hope. Make sure you go out and check out her debut album called Debut, and we'll have those links below. We want you to go out and pre-order it August 20th. And then, of course, the full release will be on September 1st, which is just around the corner already. So, well, dads, this is the example you can do when you're involved in your children's life, and you can go out and encourage, enhance, and enrich the life of someone today or tomorrow. But make sure you start with your children, because they truly do need it the most. And remember, dads, if you get right with the Father, you can always be a better father. So until next time, this is Keith Jowers with Dad Connection saying so long, and make sure you go out and buy the debut album from Ellie Hope Music. All right. God bless you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.